Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming. Coming off a heartbreaking 24-3 loss to San Antonio in a game that we were down 7-0 after the first drive, and then over the course of the rest of the first quarter, second and third, outscored San Antonio 23-3, which was clearly our best stretch of football this year. And in the fourth quarter, we gave up two long drives, an 11-play drive and a 14-play drive, where we just could not get that critical stop. We had the quarterback sacked at one point and lost it on a blitz. We had an interception that we didn't hang on to. And then offensively, we had a 3rd and 2 at midfield that we did not convert, follow that up with a poor punt. So we just did not execute the way we needed to in the fourth quarter, and that's been a theme for us this year in a really tough way, that 7 of our 9 losses have come down to some critical situations in the fourth quarter that we've got to do a better job of, especially in these last 2 football games. As far as our team and preparation, there's no question we were ready to play in this football game. It's clear that Hayden Wolff, our freshman quarterback, has energized everybody in the program, all the players, coaches, staff. It's the challenging part right now is getting through some of the critical injuries we had. We're affected defensively by Ross and Miser being out at defensive tackle. We've had to adjust some of the lineups. We've had to move guys. Wilder and White have been playing some inside where they're naturally edge players. That's increased reps. And Tobias Moss going down in this football game. It just made it a little bit more difficult defensively with some of the sub packages in the fourth quarter. Speaking to the individual units and the performance, special teams, Nick Rice had an outstanding game. He was 3 for 3 on field goals. He's now 14 for 17 this year, with one of those being blocked at FIU that would have been a make. I feel like he's playing at an all-conference level. His kickoffs were outstanding. He had a great tackle on one of the kickoffs. Defensively, they had 68 plays for 419 yards and 24 points, and we just didn't tackle well early in this game. And then I mentioned the 2 long drives in the fourth quarter where we just could not get a stop on 3rd or 4th down on those drives. Kelvin Bruton, our safety, the transfer from Florida State, played 70 snaps in this game. He never came off the field, played his heart out. He had 12 tackles, which led our team. Lawrence Garner did what he usually does, an 11-tackle game. He leads Conference USA in tackles, is playing really good football. And then Keon White and Derek Wilder both had sacks. For those 2 guys playing up over 60 snaps in this game, I felt like they played really well. Offensively, this was clearly our best performance of the year in terms of yardage, especially throwing the football. We had 371 yards in the game. We had 23 points through the third quarter, 20 at halftime. Hayden Wolff was 17 for 29 for 247 yards. And what you're seeing, the biggest difference right now we're getting from the quarterback play is, number one, how quickly the ball comes out, whether it's in the RPO game or the drop back game. He gets the ball out of his hands on time. He's doing an excellent job, whether it's his primary read or checking down to his secondary read. One of the key plays in the fourth quarter when we were down and in the 2-minute drill, we had a 4th and 6, and he comes off his primary read, quickly gets to the secondary read to convert a first down to Aaron Moore. And those are the things that he'll continue to do even better. And I felt like our entire offense played better around him. We had 11 different guys catch passes in the game. This was the best the offensive line had blocked all year. Obviously, having Weaver back at center made a big difference, but he's inspired everybody, not only on our offense, but within our football team to play better football. This week, we're in a bye week, which is much needed. Our players will be off from practice until Friday morning. We'll take these 5 days, including yesterday, to really get healed up, spend a lot of time in the training room. I'm hopeful for the Middle Tennessee game that we'll get Jeremy Miser back, which would be really big for us in the defensive line. But to get those guys feeling better, the point I made to them yesterday is they'll feel as close to August 1st when we first started as they have all year, having this bye. It comes at a great time. And I met with our captains this morning, and they want to practice hard Friday. They want to be in full pads. They want it live. They want game situations that we need to perform better at, especially the improving tackling on defense and then red zone on the offense. We need to get Hayden a lot of work down there. He just has not had a lot of work in the red zone where it's condensed and it's harder to throw and complete passes down there. So it was inspiring to hear those guys basically talk about the sentiment of the team and what this football team wants to do these last 3 weeks of the season, counting the bye week. And I will gladly take questions.
You spoke about Derek. I know it's maybe difficult for you to talk about your son, but
Not at all.
you
He's a chip off the old block athletically.
you've got to be pretty proud of how he's stepped up. He's had a very good season.
He has. He's playing really good football. He's had a sack in each of the last 3 games, and he's doing it right now, having to play multiple positions because of the injuries. He's the size he needs to be to play DN. He's probably 40 pounds light to play nose guard, which he's had to play some because of the injuries, along with Keon White, who's had to play bandit and then some D tackle. But Derek is seeing the rewards from the work he's put in. He's finally as close to healthy as he can be. I made the announcement this morning to those guys. He's earned the right now to be a permanent captain along with Keon White. You know, he'll join Garner and Weaver, he and White. And a lot of it has to do with Derek and Keon, how they've performed on the field, but also what they're doing off the field with the other players, particularly the younger players. So proud of him as his coach and proud of him as his dad.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you all for coming. Have a great bye week, everybody.